Welcome back to Untitled. Today we're going to be jumping into some reaction because this is I think it's the week of September 11th. September 11th actually falls on a Saturday. That's the first time, I believe, this year. And I just wanted to see a quick video and do a reaction to this video that says September 11th, where were you? So I'm really also curious to know, people who are watching this reaction, if you can comment down below, where were you when September 11th happened? I remember for me, I was in 9th grade and we were in history class. Now, I didn't live in New York City at the time, but it just all out of nowhere. I think it was like I was in third period or second or third period. And a lot of people in my class had family members that was in the towers itself. So I know that first they started calling certain students because obviously they knew about their parents working in the city. And I think there was a loudspeaker and they announced if you have family that works in New York City, this, that, and the third, I think you had to go to the office. Anyways, I believe that's when, I think we were sent home early too. I can't really remember. I just remember that I was in 9th grade, and I was in history class, and when it happened, and then I know that one of the boys in my class, his mother or one of his parents was killed sadly in that situation. After that happening too, because I didn't live in New York City, so I can only imagine the people that lived in the city, like how scared and frightened they were. But where I lived, we were also really like nervous and we could not believe what was happening. My family worked in the city, but they didn't work near those, well, they did kind of work near those buildings, but they weren't in any harm's way. Yeah, it was a very, very sad day. I have seen the new, like they have the memorial service, memorial, that 9/11 World Trade Center, they have it there, so I have visited numerous of times. It's actually very pretty. If anybody lives in the city or is traveling to New York City, I really highly suggest to stop by there. It was a very sad day for all of us, and I believe that was one of, like, I think that was the first time, one of the major first times we were attacked in New York City. I think, don't quote me. I'm pretty sure, no, there was a bombing in another building. But yes, that was like my first, when I was growing up, that was my first like, whoa, what the is happening moment. So that's where I was. I'm gonna watch this reaction and, this video and do a reaction to it just because, 9/11, I'm now in the city and we always have to remember what happened on that very sad day. So without further ado, let's jump into this reaction.
One of my most enduring memories is how blue the sky was. Clear, late summer, very late summer day.
The sky was perfectly clear. And then I got to my office and sat down with a cup of coffee.
To me, it was more or less a half day of work because it was primary day.
A bulletin came over the radio.
And someone came over to me and said, you better look at the TV.
Yeah.
Plane has hit one of the Twin Towers.
Oh, yeah.
And saw the fire company from our neighborhood racing across to the west.
Can't be an accident. Nobody in the world would just be looking at their instruments and accidentally hit the Twin Towers.
Right.
I heard one of the better radio reporters in town say, at Washington Square Park, a plane just went over at low altitude and ran into the other tower. An act of terror, if not war.
East Lawn, where we saw the billowing smoke coming up from the Pentagon attack.
I forgot they attacked the Pentagon.
My first thought was, how many of my friends are in those towers? At the Port Authority, in those towers, we're in those buildings.
As I was approaching, the police were telling me to look up. Things were falling down and they were hitting people. I was watching a man on the 101st, 102nd floor making a decision as to whether to throw himself out. I watched him come all the way down.
Oh my God.
I think everybody's reaction when you see something like that.
Oh, so sad.
That it wasn't just a disaster, that it was a catastrophe. our country had rarely ever known before.
Yeah. Well, that was really, really sad. It reminded me, I for some odd reason, I don't know if I forgot, just it left my memory temporarily, that the planes also attacked the Pentagon, and I think one plane hit Pennsylvania because they fought back, and they took the plane down for whatever the other target they were targeting. Yeah, that was really sad. And I also blurred out the fact completely that people were jumping out of the window because it was so hot, and like you either burn alive or you try to jump, which you're not going to survive 100 and something drop, but you weren't going to survive. Maybe there was no way for them to get out, obviously, and then the building crashed. The buildings came down anyways. It was really, really sad that time. And it's still kind of sad when you think about it, because even firefighters, first responders, etc., they're still, even people who lived in that area, some of them developed like cancer or other issues, breathing, etc., because of this, all the stuff they were breathing in. So it still is lingering on to this day. And it's just a very, very sad time that we lived in. But hopefully we are growing, we'll grow together, and will become stronger than ever. Because New Yorkers, we don't fall. Well, we do fall, but we get right back up. And we get back up stronger than ever. Rest in peace to all those lives lost. It was a lot of people. And to the family and friends of loved ones that have passed. My deepest condolences. And also, if everybody could just, like, you know, say a little prayer and always remember, because September 11th is coming, so we just remember all the lives that was lost. So that was my quick little reaction and trying to do a quick memory of about September 11th. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you all next time. Bloop.